He literally just said to me he doesn't know how to compliment me or why he doesn't compliment me because he doesn't know why his brain does that.
Well, since you asked, I believe that he may feel like you're out of his league.
You guys, let's have this conversation. Why is it that men that have pretty wives, they have beautiful wives, good looking wives, these men do not like to compliment their woman? Because this woman came online and she's like, she doesn't know why her husband doesn't compliment her. Sometimes she dress up so well. She dress up, she goes for wedding, she goes for that she looks good. And she doesn't get any compliment from him. And she asks him that, why don't you compliment him? I don't know. I don't know why my brain doesn't tell me to compliment you. So why is that men's brain does not tell them to compliment their wife when they are looking good? Let me show you other video.
He just said to me he doesn't know how to compliment me or why he doesn't compliment me because he doesn't know why his brain does that. Why his brain doesn't tell him to compliment his wife. I have been asking, I can't even tell you how long, just for like acknowledgement. And sometimes when I go to events or weddings, any event that I dress up and look like a decent person, just for any sort of acknowledgement. And I swear to you, it is like super hard to get that from my husband sometimes. And it's always sometimes at the end, at the night, after I'm in my pajamas, I take off my makeup, always after the fact. And I literally asked, why are you like that? This man looked at me in the face and was like, I don't know why my brain's like that. I don't know. So what are your thoughts? He told me he was going to be an hour late to work, and it was my fault because I went to go get a coffee. For context, my husband offered to take our daughter to my in-laws so they could watch her, so that I could do my cookies today. Now, given I'm going to be decorating all day, okay, I went to go grab a coffee for myself because I was like, you know what, we're going to be sitting, so like, let's just go get a coffee, whatever, come back. Now, this man literally said he was going to be an hour late to work, and it's my fault. I only think about myself and yada, yada, yada. So I'm just confused because I did one little thing for myself, and now he's upset because he had to drop off our daughter, and he's going to be late. Now, he offered to take her, and second of all, I dressed her, I got her ready this morning so that it was easy for him because he offered to take her again. And I'm not the one who woke up late. I'm not the one who did all these things. Like, I would have gladly taken our daughter, which I always take our daughter to our in-laws. I always take her. It's always me. So I just really don't understand. Here's what I feel changed in my marriage. I'm going to tell you this while I package cookies. I lost my job a year ago, 2024. So with losing my job, my husband took on my half of the mortgage. Now, with that being said, not only did he take on half of the mortgage, but that's basically it. He pays for everything house-related, home. So I started doing content. I started, I was collecting unemployment for a bit, and I was still paying the mortgage. Partial, but paying what I could. So with that being said, I, as you can see, am doing cookies. I have always enjoyed doing cookies to a capacity. Now, I felt like I really needed to generate an income, so I opened up the cookie business, which is really fun and really great, but it's taking such a toll on myself, my time with my daughter, my time with my husband, just so much time in general that it takes me away from. Now, I feel like I'm still, well, actually, I know I'm not generating the income that I should be generating, or the income that I was generating when I had a full-time job, right? So, and that's okay. I have managed to live within my means to accommodate my bills, like my car, my insurance, my phone bill, the life insurance I pay for my husband, myself, and my daughter, my bills. And that's what I take care of. So it's very hard because I feel like now that he has to do those things or pay my half of the mortgage, he's more upset, and I think he's a little bit more resentful because of how much time I spend doing cookies and I am home, whereas I'm not home having a full-time job and working 40 hours or more. But I think that is part of the reason why he feels the way that he feels. And I think that he acts the way that he acts towards me is that it's just not enough, right? So, doing this is great. I love it, but I don't love the time that it takes away from my family time and just having a life. Even when it comes to doing anything self-care for myself, just to get my nails done, it's like a task, so it's hard. And I know it's hard. And I don't know if this is for everybody or this is happening to anybody else, but it is something I struggle with right now. And I just like to think that it's hard because I have a toddler. Things are going to get better in time and over time. And if I can focus on my business, then I'll get bigger and expand, right? And I'll make more money and it'll be great. But I don't know, because I don't know if I would treat anybody in a really shitty way in the process. So I don't know.
I feel like it's either he's feeling insecure or he's jealous of her. That is why you will see a pretty woman and you will not compliment her, and she's your woman. And she had to ask you, like, why don't you compliment me? And the painful part is she's going to leave the house looking hot. Probably they didn't go together. Or maybe even they went to the event together. When she gets to the event, she will get a lot of compliments from different people, random people. But the person that you call your man is not going to compliment you. I don't know why men or some men do that anyway. And they feel like, oh, my wife is pretty, she's good looking, I'm not going to compliment. In fact, some of them, when they say that you're looking beautiful and you're going out with them alone, instead of them to tell you, you look beautiful, they'll want to follow you to wherever place you're going to, or they'll start getting angry or start behaving a certain way so that you're not going to enjoy whatever event you're going to. Instead of them to tell you, you look pretty, you look beautiful, or you look good on this, or you look good on this particular color, or your makeup looks so good, or your hair is beautiful, they will not compliment you. Why do you think some married men do that to their beautiful wives? And they have beautiful, good looking wives, and they will never compliment them. I have your reaction on this video. Let's watch the stitches together. Then I'll share my thoughts at the end of the video.
He literally just said to me he doesn't know how to compliment me or why he doesn't compliment me because he doesn't know why his brain does that. I have been asking, can't even tell you how long, just for like acknowledgement. And sometimes when I go to events or weddings, any event that I dress up is like super hard to get that from my husband sometimes. What are your thoughts?
Well, since you asked, I believe that he may feel like you're out of his league. He may have been told one time too many by other men, you're a lucky man, and he knows what that means. A lot of men want the pretty woman, but they don't have the confidence in themselves to be with the pretty woman. Some of them are well aware that there are men that look at him and wonder, what did he do to get a woman like her? There are men out there who are very stingy with the compliments they give their pretty wives, girlfriends, fiancés, because they say things like, I don't want to hype her head up. But what they don't realize is a compliment from you, the man she chose, the man she married, the man she's dating, means so much more than some random man on the street. You start thinking things like, what if somebody else comes along who has more money, who's more attractive, who's more romantic, who's sexier than me? Somebody can come along and just take her. Instead of him taking it as a compliment that all these men think that he's a lucky man to have a woman like you, he internalizes it and it makes him insecure because he's wondering himself, how did I get a woman like this? The last thing he wants you to do is start asking that question to yourself.
He literally just said to me he doesn't know how to compliment me or why he doesn't compliment me because he...
Sweetheart, let me tell you why and why he's like this. Now, if you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, it's because he doesn't have the muscle, which means that he probably needs to continue doing it until it becomes more instinctual for him. But that's not what I think is happening. I think he's insecure. He's so scared that if he compliments you, that you're going to realize you're too good for him. That you're going to realize that you do deserve better, that you deserve to have your needs met. Therefore, he's clueless. Despite you telling him exactly what the he needs to do to show up in this relationship, he can't do it because you might leave him. I don't know if you should leave him. All I know is that this person refuses to work on the one thing that would make you happy. And I don't know what to say else about that. But if you are giving feedback on, hey, this one small thing I need from you, I really need that from you, and he can't say, okay, let me work on that, but instead is just like, I don't know why I'm like that. Why am I like that? I don't know, dude. Are you not able to reflect and understand what's causing that? So then that brings me to the question for you. Are you okay with that? How long will you accept that? How long will you be with a partner who doesn't show up in the ways you need him to? Because I doubt that this is the only way he's not showing up. I bet you there are bigger ways that he's not showing up, but you need him to show up in this small way.
He literally just said to me he doesn't know how to compliment me or why he doesn't compliment me because
Absolutely no shade to this creator. Her video just popped up on my For You page, and it kind of touched on the subject that I posted about yesterday when it comes to men and being present in the relationship and actually stimulating and satisfying their wives or girlfriends in more ways than just financial. Now, in this video, she mentions how her husband doesn't compliment her anymore, and he comes up with some bullshit ass excuse talking about, I don't know why my brain doesn't allow me to do that. That is bullshit. That's a bitch ass excuse. I feel like if you've dated to the point where you get married, complimenting your wife and making sure she feels safe and secure is second nature. It's not even a thought in your mind. There's no blockage there. That's my opinion. It sounds like horse shit. It sounds like he's had his ego coddled. It sounds like a mama's boy, all that bullshit. Now, as a retired side dude, a retired Sancho, I've seen this time and time again. I'm not saying that she's going to have an affair, but this is textbook pipeline with cheating in a marriage. And I say this time and time again, being a provider is more than just paying the bills, being an ATM, buying shit. You have to be present. You have to be a leader. You have to exude that with your energy, not just with your words. You have to mentally and spiritually stimulate your wife or your girlfriend to keep her satisfied. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard a married woman say, oh, I'm cheating on him because he didn't buy me a car, or I'm cheating on him because the house that he bought is not big enough. Like, these women are taken care of. And how many married women do you know, or women in relationships do you know, who are financially stuck and dependent on their partners and miserable? They're miserable and they still stay because they're taken care of financially, but they're not taken care of in any other way. And all it takes is a little bit of mental stimulation from the outside when she's looking for validation to be hooked on someone else. It's like that saying goes, if she looked, she took. Being present in the relationship and in the marriage is so important, because if you come home and you're done working and you don't talk to your wife, you're short with her, you're rude to her, you don't take an interest in her hobbies or what she even did that day, and you don't support her in her wants and needs, I mean, that just comes off as selfish. And when she does eventually cheat, you have nobody to blame but yourself. And like I said in my other video, the expectation and the bar that women set for themselves comes from the poor behavior of the men that they associate with. So another guy can and will do the things that you do and beyond, and make it look easy. Make it look like it's not a chore. And that's what attracts women to those types of men. And I'm not talking about alpha males, red pill podcasters, none of that shit, because they get cheated on too. Okay, they probably get cheated on the most. It's about how you exude that and how you portray that without saying anything. It's an intangible thing. You either got it or you don't. And you can learn it too. So if you don't have that skill set and you see yourself losing the grasp of your marriage, you have to kind of sit down and think about the root cause. And nobody's perfect. You know, both sides can work on things, but a woman can and will manipulate, twist, and, you know, do those types of things to justify her behavior. And you'll have nobody to blame but yourself. And like I said, this is an acute observation to a very short video that she posted. I'm not assuming the entirety of their marriage. I'm sure there's a lot of moving parts. But based on the content that I saw and a little bit of other videos that I saw, the marriage is over. You know what I'm saying? But she's going to stay because he's financially taking care of her right now. But I guarantee you, if somebody were to give her that attention that she craves and she shared a mutual attraction to him, she gone.
Okay, the last creator was making a lot of sense, a whole lot of sense, and this is what happens when some women actually cheat in relationship, because when you don't give them that kind of closure they expect from you for free, because that is actually, you don't have to spend any money to compliment your woman, and some women actually appreciate when you do that for them, and for her to even ask you and your response is, I don't know why my brain doesn't tell me I should compliment you. That is actually a very horrible response. Your brain is not telling you to compliment her because in your head you feel like she's not pretty. In your head you feel like, I don't want to compliment her so that she's not going to feel like she's very pretty and she'll start behaving a certain kind of way. I agree with Shawanda that was saying that most of these men feel insecure, and once they kind of feel like, oh, they're above your league or you're above their league or something, they actually, don't want you to feel that way or let it get into your head. If you hear some men, because I've actually asked some men, I'll be like, why don't you compliment your woman and all of that? Why don't men compliment women? And they say like, you don't want to compliment them so that they will not feel like, oh, it's not getting to their head and they feel like, oh, they are beautiful and all of that. So most of the time they look for faults in whatever you're doing. So in as much as the woman might look very pretty, put together with all full glam makeup, her hair is well styled, everything, her clothes is, well snatched and everything, instead of them complimenting and telling you how beautiful and how good looking or how nice you smell, they look for something that you did not do right. Why they say, oh, why are your nails like this? Why you wearing that? They look for something that doesn't sit right, so that you're going to feel bad at whatever you're doing, and they do it intentionally. Most of them do it for their woman intentionally. Instead of them to compliment their woman and be like, you're beautiful, you're pretty, you look good, the woman get the compliment outside. And if it's a woman that is what gets to her, or probably that's her love language, and you're not giving it to her, there's possibility she's gonna cheat on you one day. Because when she gets that compliment frequently, or she get that closure frequently from a man outside, she's gonna cheat on you and there's nothing you can do. Because why would you say your brain is telling you not to compliment? Aside that, she also posted some other videos saying that she lost her job, a man doesn't want to do this or don't do that. I feel like that is where it all starts, when these men, when you're doing well for yourself as a woman, and all of a sudden you don't have much and you're requiring your man to help you do some certain things that is supposed to do on a normal day. Once they start seeing that the power is shifting to them, that is when they start feeling like they are the Lord, your Lord and Savior. I feel like that's where all these things all start. You guys, what is your take? Why do you think men do not actually compliment their woman, their beautiful wife or beautiful girlfriend sometimes, and when they see their woman dressed up really looking good, that is when they start getting angry? Is it that they are jealous or insecure, or their brain tells them not to compliment their woman? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, your girl Mary David, and thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.